So you want to be a Night Lord. So you want to be the most popular thief in the game. You want to throw stars, worry about, recharging them every so often. You've come to the right class. So in first job, you get Lucky 7 as your attacking skill. It's pretty slow, especially with the level 10 claw that they give you. Very slow. I would highly recommend getting the level 15 claw, because that one is, of course, a faster attacking claw, or pretty much any of the other claws are faster attacking, I believe. And then, of course, you get Haste, your first party skill. It increases you and your party's movement speed and jumping height. Then you get Dark Sight. Very broken skill. It makes it so that you can't be hit by physical or magic attacks, but if a skill does percent HP, every time that you get hit by it, it increases the cooldown of when you can next use Dark Sight by 3 seconds. So if I were to release Dark Sight right now, there's no cooldown because there's no percent HP attacks happening right now. But yeah, just know that if you're doing this against percent HP attacks, you will have a cooldown when you get out of it. By the way, to get out of Dark Sight, just press Dark Sight again, or press the attack key. And then you have Flash Jump, which goes very far. You can also use it twice to change direction, or you can go twice in the same direction. It's a very long range Flash Jump, it's very good. Okay, so in second job, you get Shuriken Blast, which is your first mobbing skill. So, I didn't really like second job Night Lord. It wasn't for me. I just didn't like it very much. By the way, you may notice that I have stars. Or, my stars are, what do you call it? Water balloons? That's because that's an NX cover. Don't worry about that. So anyway, that is that attack. Gust Storm. Pretty much same thing, it's not all that great. It does push back enemies though, so that's nice. The only reason I maxed it is because I never used Shuriken Blast ever again after second job. Not that I use Gust ever again after second job, but I don't know, it's your choice, whichever one you want to max or not max. Booster just increases your attack speed. Okay. So let's move on to third job. As you can tell, this class is going by pretty quickly. So you get your triple throw skill. You throw 3 stars. Have I been? Okay. I was just making sure I didn't have what do you call it, Shadow Partner on, because that would be misleading. That you would have a lot of lines. Anyway, so you get three lines. Third job, you get a skill called Shade Splitter, which is pretty decent mobbing skill actually. I mean, you have to suffer through first and second job. Third job, you get this skill. It attacks pretty quickly. Does 3 lines, but I still like it. It attacks a wide range of enemies. Uses up a lot of stars, but that's fine because later in third job, or if you want to add it early, this skill, Shadow Stars, allows you to give up 100 throwing stars to be able to throw an unlimited amount of stars for 200 seconds. That's pretty worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. That is Shadow Partner, but that's okay. This is still that job advancement, so. Dark Flare. This is just a skill you put down, and then within the giant rectangle, if an enemy goes in there, they get zapped. That's all that really does. Oh, by the way, it won't get you killed on damage reflect bosses. Shadow Web. This skill allows you to do a very short vertical jump, but I'd say it's worth it. Well, that actually wasn't very short. Hold on. I guess it depends on where in your jump you use it. But you can also remember the flash jump that I showed you. You can combo that with it so that you can go even farther. So flash jump and then shadow web. I got hit by that enemy, so it didn't really look like it went that far. But yeah, very good for covering some distance. It also like stuns enemies or something. I don't know. It doesn't work on bosses, by the way, the stun part. I only use it for vertical jumping. Shadow Partner. This makes it so that you do double the amount of lines that you normally do, so instead of 3 with the mobbing skill, now you do 6. Looks like there's someone in my map. Okay, they disappeared. And yeah, that's pretty much what that does. Are they going to say something to me? Nope, they just disappeared again. Okay, great. So yeah, I already explained Shadow Stars. Venom, for every attack that you do, there's a 30% chance that you poison an enemy. Throwing Expert, when you throw your stars, there's a 20% chance that you'll regain 1 star. Doesn't sound like much, but it helps. Especially when you're using Shadow Star, because remember, you're not using any stars for 200 seconds. So yeah, you can pretty much regain the lost stars. 4th job, you get Quad Throw, which means you throw 4 stars, which means this is going to do 8 hits now. Although mine might do more because I have hypers. So yeah, this is your main bossing skill. Your main mobbing skill is Showdown. Now, Showdown is amazing because you get 5% EXP, extra EXP, and extra drop rate. So it's really nice. And then of course later on you can get 5% more from hypers, which is this one. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I never mentioned, it's a 2nd job skill and I never mentioned it. Wow. What is wrong with me? Assassin's Mark. So with this skill on, it can be toggled. With it on, when you hit an enemy once, there's a chance to put a mark on the enemy, and there's the mark. It looks like this. And when you hit that enemy, stars will fly out of them. At 2nd job, it's only 2 stars. At 4th job, it's 3 stars that pop out of them. So yeah, I can't believe I forgot to mention that. Normally I'd redo the video, but yeah, or edit that part out, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm too lazy. Who cares about editing? Anyway, so yeah, this is just an enhancement of that. It goes to a 60% chance, and 3 stars pop out of the enemy. Sudden Raid, pretty much your full screen attack. I mean, it's not exactly full screen, but if you jump, you can pretty much cover like all of this area over here. Let's see. What else am I missing? Frailty Curse. So when you put this down, any enemies within it will have their speed reduced. You'll be able to the speed is reduced, the attack power and defense is reduced. But later on you can put into a hyper passive that allows it to apply to bosses. So that means the boss will also have all these things. Speed reduced and stats reduced. Maple Warrior, whatever. Shadow Shifter. So there's a chance, 45% chance that you'll dodge an attack. I know, it's not very high. There it is. So it's just activated. And you also smile at the end of it. So that's nice, right? Like a little taunt. Anyway. Am I missing anything else? Looks like that's about it. So for passives, I put in damage for Showdown because this is your main mobbing skill. And then I also increased the EXP and drop rate of Showdown. Frailty Curse, I made it so that it applies to bosses. And for Quad Star, your main bossing skill, I gave it 1 extra line, which means it gets 2 extra lines because of Shadow Partner. And I increased the damage of it. For the active hypers, at 150 you get Bleed Dart. That's what it's called? Okay, anyway. It increases your attack power by 60, gives you a 100% chance to apply, bleed or poison, whatever you want to call it, onto an enemy. And yeah, it lasts a pretty long time. It's pretty good. Death Star. This is just another, one of those mobbing skills. It's at level 170. I don't use it too often, except maybe if I'm training. Does a lot of lines. It's pretty alright. Wouldn't say it's anything too crazy, but it's another good mobbing skill. Short cooldown. And that's about it for all the skills. So now I'll just do a little bit of training, and then we'll go straight into bossing. Ooh, you know what? I forgot to mention, when fighting a boss named Galux, normally for most classes you would have to, when you're at the jewel stage, you would have to go down to the bottom and kill the mobs in the bottom. Night Lord don't have to do that because of the Mark of the Assassin making the stars fly to the bottom. So Night Lord have a pretty easy job. You can also stay very far away from the enemy you're fighting, because you attack from a distance. That doesn't apply to all bosses though. Some bosses require you to be close, like Magnus. Anywho, I think that's about it for the training. Let's go into bossing. Alright, so when bossing, make sure you have Frailty Curse out, and that's about it. There's nothing really else to it. You can always just hit the boss with one showdown, and as long as you see the scroll on their head, that means that showdown is still activated. The EXP bonus and drop rate bonus. Oh, also, when you die as a Night Lord, you have to toggle back on Mark of the Assassin, or else you won't notice the stars fly around. Now, the main reason that they have it be a toggle skill is because, let's say you're fighting Chaos Pierre, and he's in split mode. You don't want to be attacking both of his forms, so you want to take that off and then attack him. Attack the desired one. Oh, I also forgot to use my star. That's okay. So he's probably going to do damage reflect soon. So now I can use Dark Sight if I just want to save potions. He won't be able to hit me except with his what's that skill called? The eye the eye lasers. But you can always jump over these. You just jump over it. And yeah, that's Night Lord. Oh, by the way, my Night Lord's wearing Empress gear, which is why it's not killing this so quickly, as quickly as the other classes. Maybe I'll just speed this up. Will I speed this up? I don't know. Maybe. It's taking a while. Alright, there we go. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helped somehow. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and some of you may be wondering how I got this hair on my Night Lord. Basically, because this is an Explorer class, we can change between different jobs of the same branch. So this was originally a dual blade. So I got this dual blade female hair. And then I eventually switched this into a Night Lord, but it kept the hair. And that's how I got it.